if we look at copper in Africa, you know, the DRC is the biggest producer of copper in Africa, and then you've got Zambia. But and although those countries have got fantastic deposits and they have produced great copper from great mines, I think that their time's up. South Africa is going to knock them off the pedal in the next 10 years. South Africa is going to develop the next biggest copper district, and that'll be the Northern Cape, where we are. And we will surpass, I think we will surpass Zambia in the next 5 years, and the DRC easily. We've got better infrastructure. Our deposits are on surface, and the deposits we are finding are higher grade. So although I think they've got a role to play, I think the good thing for South Africa is that it will gain a major metal province. And strategically, that is a good thing for South Africa. Copper is a critical mineral. And even though you can find replacements, other battery metals are being replaced in batteries, then lithium is the next best thing, then it's not. Copper's role is that it transports electricity. It's the wiring that's in everything, whether you've got a lithium battery or a different type of battery, whether it's rare earths. Copper is the conduit for electricity. You need it in everything. So it doesn't matter whether EVs are going to be less dominant, infrastructure is going to be dominant. So copper is that important. That's why America has put it on its critical minerals list. The good thing for South Africa is South Africa imports most of its copper. Now, I'm telling you that in the next 5 years, with the scarcity of copper, there is going to be a global fight for who has got copper. So if we're importing copper, let's say from Asia, and Asia says, no, we need more copper, you think South Africa is going to get enough copper. But with South Africa having its own copper metal province, and we're also going to look at beneficiation, South Africa has got security of copper. And that is a very, very important thing to have for the future, because copper is required in everything that you want to do that will make your country competitive and better in the global economy. The government has got a development plan to develop the Boegoes Bay port, which will want to be one of the biggest ports in the Southern Hemisphere, if not the biggest one. And with that, there's a lot of rail and other infrastructure development. But again, I mean, well, before we go there, it's good for South Africa. But you will not execute that plan, in my opinion, if you don't have copper. And you can import copper, but I say again, what happens if you can't import enough copper? But if you have this copper district and us as a copper producer right there in the middle of all of this, then you've got security of copper and you can develop your infrastructure. So, the development is good for our country, but the fact that you've got copper, a major copper producer being born, is critical.